Welcome to Shabbos Shoutout. Last week's Torah portion was a haberdasher's dream. In Parasha Tetzaveh, Hashem gives the details on how the clothing of the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, is to be made. Since the process requires precise work, the Torah says Hashem wanted the clothing to be made by, quote, the wise-hearted people who I've invested with wisdom. What does it mean that God invested someone with wisdom? I've got a confession to make. I enjoy reading obituaries. But did you know that not all obituaries are really obituaries? After Ernest Hemingway and his wife were involved in 2 African plane crashes in 1954, newspapers mistakenly reported that both had died. It was later claimed that Hemingway read a scrapbook of his obituaries every morning with a glass of champagne after the incident. Rudyard Kipling's death was once incorrectly announced in a magazine, to which he wrote, "I've just read that I'm dead. Don't forget to delete me from your list of subscribers." My favorite premature obituary story is about a famous Swedish chemist. When the chemist's brother died in 1888, a French reporter carelessly reported the death of the wrong brother. The chemist was a prolific inventor, holding over 350 patents in his lifetime, including that of dynamite. When the chemist read his premature obituary headlined, "The Merchant of Death is Dead," he was shocked. And when he read further the words that said, "The man who became rich by finding ways to kill more people faster than ever before died yesterday," he was mortified, no pun intended, that he would be remembered in that way. Who was this famous Swedish chemist? And what did he do once he realized how the purpose of his life would be remembered? I'm sure you recognize the name Nobel from the famous Nobel Prizes that are given annually. But you might not know that it was Alfred Nobel, a Swedish chemist, who was also the inventor of dynamite. When Nobel read his premature obituary, he was so appalled by the sudden realization of how he'd be remembered that on the spot he resolved to use his wealth to change his legacy. He rewrote his will, leaving almost his entire massive fortune for awards to people whose work was to benefit humanity. In doing so, he successfully turned around what society thought of him. Today, almost no one associates Alfred Nobel with death from the use of dynamite. Alfred Nobel had a clear vision of how he wanted the purpose of his life to be remembered. So, to return to our original question, the Torah says Hashem invested people with wisdom. Why use the term invested? Because Hashem invests in us. When you use what you've been given, you're paying interest on the investment that the Almighty has made in you. And then watch how much more you'll be entrusted with. Good Shabbos.